that's pretty crazy.
Well, then let's move from thrill rides into just scary, spooky rides. Which there might be some crossover there, but...
There's the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror that we talked about.
Which, of course, is terrifying as a thrill ride, but also it has the spooky element we were talking about, where you're in the basement, you're seeing the really cool, spooky theming. You have the Rod Serling videotape at the beginning. And the end part, too, when you come off the weird elevator that goes up and down and back and forth, and you come off and you're seeing the eyeballs floating and the clock that spins round and round and all the other little things that you see out the door or down the hall of the elevator before you go to your final destination. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty spooky, scary. I definitely would not recommend it for kids that are easily scared, or even kids that are kind of easily scared. I would do that. I would, take them on a less scary ride first, see how they react.
And again, like we said in another video, just get the video. Get the video and show it to them. Let them watch it so that they know what the building is all about
Steve
first.
Gutenberg, video. Because for one thing, at the end of that video, it's kind of it has a happy side to it. Yeah, some scary stuff happens, but then it turns out the ghosts are not really bad. The nanny is not as mean as you think she is. There is a bad guy involved, but it's not what you think, and nobody dies in the end. He lives, although the elevator scenes in that are actually quite terrifying.
Yeah.
But it ends happily and nobody dies, and you can let them, it's a movie it's a movie being reenacted. It's not like you're actually living the scene, and I think that's what's so scary to kids, because it is so realistic. It is like you're immersed in that world, and it's a little too
pretty
real.
Scary for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And so the other one that we have on the list that's on the list we were just finishing, which is Dinosaur.
I would not take a child on Dinosaur unless I knew that they were up for it.
And then the very scary one. That one, it won't help you to watch Dinosaur first. It's not
Dinosaur.
It won't tell you anything.
No, not
Watching
at all.
the movie's not going to help you.
Related to that. See those mean, scary dinosaurs? That's what it's like.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you want to really prep them for that one, take them on Jurassic Park the ride over at Universal, and then you can take them over here.
So what's scary about it? It's dark. Almost
Loud.
the entire thing is dark. It's extremely loud. There are very realistic dinosaurs that come very close to you.
From all directions.
Literally within 6 inches, it feels like. They're probably closer to a couple feet, but it feels that close. You could feel the heat of their body. You could feel they use a misting effect to make it feel like they're breathing on you at one point. You could feel splashes from when they go in and out of the water. The voice is shouting in your ear to make it a more urgent, hurry up, watch out. There's meteorites falling, so there are a lot of different things to be. There's rapid movement.
And then, the vehicle is bouncing all over the place. Although it's technically, if you were to watch the floor, you're not really moving anywhere near as much as you look like.
The vehicle is moving.
But your little car that you're sitting in is actually rocking all over the place. The wheels are not hardly moving at all.
Which is one of the great things about the ride, is that it has that technology that was so new when it came out. It was brand new technology to use those ride vehicles.
Yeah, and now several people are using them. So,
but again, there are a lot of different aspects you have to take into consideration. Is your kid scared of the dark? Is your kid scared of loud noises? Are they tend to be scared of monsters? You might want to explain that these are not monsters; they're dinosaurs, but they're not all nice dinosaurs.
Yeah, and they're not the Land Before Time dinosaurs.
Make sure they understand that it's not real. That they look really real, and you're pretending they're real. But they're not real. You're not going to get eaten.
This is Disney
Millions
World.
of people go
It's
through.
safe.
No one's died yet.
Yeah, so that's those two, which we just got finished doing. Another one, which, since we're talking about how it might be a little bit confusing to some people who might think it's going to be nice and light and happy, and it's not quite as light and happy as they thought it would be, is Stitch's Great Escape.
Yes.
That one is another one that'll trick a lot of people.
Very confusing.
Originally, when the attraction was out, it was Alien Encounters.
And
a really terrifying,
yes.
really terrifying show they had.
It scared me, and I'm a grown-up.
it was pretty terrifying, really convincing, really well done, but it was a little too convincing and terrifying for Magic Kingdom, so they decided to take Stitch and put him in there. But the problem is that they still used a lot of the same effects. And they did a lot of the same tricks and it's still dark. You're still strapped in tight where you can't get up and move, sitting by yourself essentially, where you got loud noises again. You got the dark, almost the entire attraction. Pitch dark, not with seeing animals. Pitch dark, where there's nothing you can see.
So it creates a scary environment intentionally from a character who's very lovable and cuddly. So that's a little weird.
You have to think about it when you're going into it as Stitch as he was at the beginning of the first movie. Before he had hit Earth, that's what he was. When he was still dangerous, when he was still in that orange jumpsuit, not the cute, lovable pet that he became.
And the kids are usually, even so, the kids are usually okay. Like when he appears in the tube, they're like, "Oh, it's Stitch!" And then when he disappears and he's escaped, they're not so cool with it being Stitch anymore.
No,
he's not Stitch anymore. He's just a creature and he's loose and I'm stuck in this thing and it's dark and somebody's breathing on my neck.
Yes.
Now some of the kids really get into it and laugh and they get it. They get the idea, like when he burps and you have the horrible smell.
They can get along with the.
I think you just need to spend a lot of time explaining to your child before you go in, so that they know what they're expecting, so it doesn't catch them off guard.
Yeah,
sitting in the dark.
That's a huge thing about it, is it's very misleading until you know what's going on.
Kids. I mean, at the beginning you have what's his name, doing the little intro and everything.
X9 or whatever they decide to name him this year. He's got like 12 names.
Yeah. They have like the humorous parts at the beginning, and you go through the training. They do the training for the volunteers, which is you, and it's the comedic relief guy from Stitch. What was the other alien's name? Pleakley, yes, Pleakley is training you supposedly, and so it's kind of lighthearted at the beginning, and I think that's why it sort of takes people off guard. They're not expecting.
It's Stitch, and then it's lighthearted when it starts off, so that when it starts to get dark, and when it starts to get scary, they're like, "Wait, this isn't what I expected."
Not what I expected, yeah. So what's the next one? The next spooky, scary one. Pirates of the Caribbean. Pirates of the Caribbean is like the classic, right?
And they've added to it over the years, but it's still
just
classic.
gotten better.
Yeah.
It's just gotten better. They haven't damaged it at all by adding to it. The first thing I remember them changing was adding mist curtain there,
Barbossa.
and they projected Barbossa onto that, which made it really even more spooky and interesting. And it tends not to be terribly busy. We've gone through a couple times. I went 2 or 3 times and just come out and go right back in.
Yeah.
And not many rides you can do that on, especially ones that are considered world-class attractions like that. So.
Yeah, it's got definitely a good.
And it stays open late. Where a lot of the things in that area in Adventureland, most of them are closed down by then.
Because one of the ones that sits down fairly low.
And that's another one that can scare kids if you're. Most of them are not scared of the whole pirate scenes and all because it's just so funny and jovial.
There's a couple of bits here and there that's spooky.
I think the cannonball shot scares a lot of kids because they're loud.
I did when I first did.
Boom and splash, I remember people talking about saying that it was so close and everything, and when I've gone on it, I've always felt like, it's not close at all. What are you talking about? But I guess it's perception.
Yes, very much. Also the perception of how big that ocean is when you're really in just a little pond.
Yeah, you're in a tiny little pond, but it's pretty cool. They do a really good job with effects on it.
Yes.
And the beginning part with Barbossa, obviously, and the dead men tell no tales.
Yeah, it's right after the dead men tell no tales, you do that drop. So
yeah.
The whole little
that can scare kids a little bit.
But then once you get into the village, you're good.
Yeah, your happy little village. And then you have the ship shooting at you, and then you're done.
And they also changed.
Oh, and they added the other captain.
Yeah.
He's in there now.
Yeah, he's now one of the ones commanding the ships at the beginning scene.
Yeah.
And he didn't used to be. He used to be just some random.
Just
captain.
some random dude. Yeah. So, and then, here's one that I don't think most people would realize is scary. It's not for adults, for the most part, but for kids it is. And I've heard a few adults complain as they were leaving, like, they didn't say, tough to be a bug. You would never think, but, because it's this cute little kid story. But there's a couple parts in it, like with the wasps, spiders. Was it wasps or spiders? Spiders, come down from the ceiling. That's pretty scary.
That's pretty scary.
And then there's a part where there's like a bug running behind you, stabbing you in the boo boo.
Yeah, the stingers.
And that's kind of scary. So
that's the wasps.
Yeah, that's wasps.
Wasps, I don't care for.
Getting poked in the back. Yeah, you get poked in the back.
But as long as you have like, if your kids get really scared from that kind of thing, you just put them on your lap. And
and that's what I always advise. And they also feel bugs running under your feet. Is it at the end?
At the end, they run under your seat.
And they tell all the bugs to leave, and you feel them running. So that can be scary. And again, that's like you said, put them on your lap, and then they don't feel those air effects, so they don't realize that bugs are running under them or wasps are poking them in the back.
Or sit a little bit forward.
Yeah.
Then they can't feel the wasps poking out their back then.
Yeah. The spiders you can't do nothing about.
Just don't.
You could tell them to take their glasses off, which would ruin the effect and therefore prevent them from being really scary. And some kids might get scared from
Hopper.
Hopper.
Hopper's pretty scary. That's what I was going to say.
Because he's very intimidating.
And he's actually there. He's a big 3D animatronic, so that one he's pretty good animatronic.
And most of it is in the dark, so that kind of adds for a lot of kids.
Pretty dimly lit. And then they have they spray the bug juice at you, the bug spray at you. So that can be scary because right after that they start attacking you with bugs.
Yeah.
So that's never good.
Oh, get them. Yeah.
But the rest of it's happy-go-lucky.
The rest of it, there's not a whole lot of.
Not much else to it.
But it's really cute and I like it. But yeah, it can be, especially if it catches you by. I think a lot of people get upset with it because they're not expecting to get poked in the back, and they're not and to feel things. I don't think anyone's expecting to feel anything when they go into the show, and they're not liking it. You hear a lot of complaints as people are leaving about the getting poked in. And by the way, you're not actually literally poked in the back. It's a jet of air, but it really feels like something physical poking you.
Yeah.
So. you would think it would feel like a jet of air, but it doesn't. It feels like you're getting poked.
Pretty good jets in the air.
Yeah, pretty good hard jet air. Well, I think that's all that we have for. We couldn't come up with 10 scary, spooky rides because it's Disney. I mean, there's a lot of them that have like a scary little
elements
part in it, you know.
And then some of them have gone away. There used to be Snow White's Scary Adventures. Those have gone away.
Yeah. I mean, there's a part in like the Winnie the Pooh, the blustery, where he gets a little scary, and then it's fine.
Everest could be scary for a lot of people too.
Everest could be scary. I don't think it's spooky, but unless you're looking at the part where the Yeti is attacking, you might find that scary or spooky.
Very much so, yes.
Yeah, And then there's a lot. Now the old Rio del Tiempo, before it became the Donald Duck version that it is now, it's all
that was pretty. Spooky.
It was all about the Day of the Dead.
Yeah.
And so it could be a little spooky. They've hammed it up a lot now, where there's hardly any reference left to the Day of the Dead. There's a little bit, that he's playing with some skeleton puppets, but you don't get the same sense.
No.
The scariest one, the spookiest, scariest one is, of course, intended to be, which is Haunted Mansion. And that's the only one that we have left to talk about. It's supposed to be spooky and scary, and it can be. It can be really scary. For me, the scariest part in it, and it's not for everybody, but the knocking doors. Isn't that weird? To me, that is the scariest thing in the whole place. Just the whole do, and what's behind there? Nothing. It's just the freaking door knockers knocking by. Make them stop! For me, that's the scariest thing in the whole place. Once you get past that, none of it is. I know other people don't feel that way. I know from taking my niece on it, most other people don't feel that way. But I love that. I love the whole the ghost host.
Ghost host is awesome.
Oh, the other really scary part is actually at the very beginning when you go in the elevator.
Yeah, that's or what, stretching room.
Yeah, the stretching room, the elevator, whatever.
But yeah,
because you look when lightning strikes and you look up and the guy's hanging. The first time I saw that effect, it made my heart jump. I was like, holy
you weren't expecting because they didn't used to have those.
It's
like,
so realistic looking, yes. And you're expecting it to be like cartoonish, like the stretching pictures. And then oh, geez, that looks real, and then it's gone. But
and then it's followed by it falling and crashing through a window.
Yeah, you're screaming, and you're like, oh, geez. Yeah, that part's pretty scary. I don't know what else is scary in there. The eyeballs on the wallpaper, maybe. The skeleton trying to get out of the casket.
Out of the casket. That's pretty. Especially when it's got the nails in it.
Now I was surprised when I was riding with her. She seemed to get very scared by the fortune teller in the ball. That was a kind of a spooky moment.
It's gotten less spooky over the years. Not the guy with those cute little musical instruments.
Yeah.
The cute musical instruments. If you can think of something like that.
But I think she would have found it a lot less spooky if, as we said before, we had gotten the movie in advance of the Haunted Camp, because Madame Leota is the good guy in the movie. You know, she's the good guy. Like the bad guy tries to destroy her at one point, and she rolls away. And I mean, at first she's kind of rude or whatever, but in the end he saves her. Right, he takes her with him along with the singing bust. And I think if kids have seen that, then when they get in there, they're looking, and when they see that, they're like, "Oh, that's Madame Leota. I know her," you know. And of course, when they see the singing bus, oh, those funny guys from the inn, they're still singing on the car as they drive away.
Yeah, and there's the candlestick that's in the movie too, and the instruments.
Well, a lot of things are. I mean, the skeleton getting out of the casket is kind of a pivotal part in the film too. A terrifying part in the movie.
True.
Less terrifying in the ride. It looks far less real in the ride than it does.
Yeah, it's just a green light in the hand.
I always thought the little doll at the end was just so fake, though. I didn't like the doll.
It was literally a doll with a little video monitor for a face. That was it.
Back. I mean, I like the voice, but the doll looks stupid. I thought they could have done something better with that. I think it would have been better just to have an empty wedding dress sort of floating there with some air effects and her speaking. You would think, oh, it's a ghost. You can't see her. But the doll, it just didn't work for me. So absolutely, you have to do that one if you like being scared. You don't like being scared, the more you know about it, the less scary it is. If you know the storyline and you've seen the movie, you're not going to be scared. As an adult, it's unlikely you'll be much scared. I mean, I do get a little creepy, spooky in parts of it anyway, just because I don't really like the dark. But it's not a scary haunted house. It's a fun haunted house.
Yeah.
And the more you know about it, the less scary it is and the more fun it is. So you don't have to worry about, oh, no, now you've told me how you've done the effect and it's not going to be fun anymore. It's going to be more fun because you're going to be like, wow, they did such a good job on that. So that's me.
And I think that'll do it for this episode.
For now, go to the Boo-to-You Halloween thing. That's for the ultimate scary spooky.
Yeah.
In Disney. You got to go to the Boo-to-You.
But then there's other ones. Well, there's Maelstrom, which...
Maelstrom,
that one can be scary to some people.
I don't think as many people know about it because it's in a part of the... It's in Epcot.
It's in Epcot, but it's not only in Epcot, it's in the World Showcase.
In the World
There's not
Showcase.
many attractions
There's
over
almost
there.
no rides in where there's like 2 rides in...
Yes. And this is one of the darkest, creepiest ones. All of them. I mean, it's kind of cool once you've been on it once or twice. It's like, that's cool.
Yeah.
But when you first go on it...
I was not expecting it to be that dark,
No.
And it's... you get on a happy little ride, and they're going to tell us about Norway. Oh, that's cool. Oh, they're going to tell us about trolls. Oh, neato. I've seen trolls. And no, they're talking about trolls.
You're talking about evil trolls, cast spells on you, make you go backwards, almost fall out of the window.
They're going to make you go through a rapids and almost die. You get swirled around in a whirlpool. This is not, some cute little troll doll sitting on a shelf.
And then you back up to the window, and you're like almost falling off the cliff.
Creepy trees with eyeballs and stuff. It's
very, very good for Halloween.
It's great. I mean, it's not really terrifying or anything.
No,
like
it's
that,
not terrifying, but
it's dark.
Spooky.
Yeah, it's spooky.
Very spooky.
And for a kid, if they don't realize what's going on.
When I first went on it, I was kind of spooked by it until I saw the Coca-Cola polar bears.
And then you're like, oh, okay, we're good.
Oh, good, this is safe again.
But they don't really do a lot to make you feel comfortable with the scary part.
It's a very, very, very short ride. It takes like 2 minutes.
Yeah, it's very
at the
short.
most.
It's well worth. I mean, it's kind of got a lot packed into such a short little thing. It's well worth the time, and there's not usually a long wait. You have to sit through that movie. There is a movie, and it's kind of long, all about Norway. But you learn about how
the people talk about Norway.
You learn about their whaling and their oil.
Yeah.
It's not really much to know about Norway, I guess, but
And sometimes they'll let you skip the movie.
Yeah.
If it's a light day, they'll just leave both doors open. You can just come and go as you please.
Well, not as you please.
Basically.
Come and go. But It's not a long ride. It's cool in there, of course, because it's Norway. And you come out to that delicious restaurant. So I'll go on it again just to go to the restaurant.
Yeah, it exits out into this nice little gift shop, and then right outside the gift shop, there's this little.
It's one of the pricier gift shops, given what they sell. Yeah. They sell a lot of high-end sports stuff and sweaters and things, and it's like, wow, that's kind of pricey.
And then you think about, they're selling all this wonderful sports winter gear, and we're in Florida.
But it's all about, they're trying to sell Norway, and that's what it's really.
I know, but I'm not going to Norway. I'm in Epcot. I don't need sweaters and ski goggles.
I didn't actually travel to Norway. You realize this is just a spot in Florida.
There's not even snow on the ground.
So what's our next spooky, scary kind of? It would be a good one to do for Halloween, though. You're all right about that. And there's not much in Epcot to do for Halloween, so.
Yeah, but there is always Haunted Mansion for Halloween. That's in Magic Kingdom.
I was gonna say that's not in Epcot. In Epcot, what is there to do for Halloween? Yeah.
Nothing.
That's pretty much it, right?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Maybe buy a caramel apple. I don't know. I don't know what the other lands do for Halloween. I'm sure they have like special Halloween menus or something.
I don't remember going to Epcot in Halloween. Even though we've been there.
America has a nice Halloween menu and all. They probably have a lot of caramel apples and stuff like that.
Well, I know there's caramel apples about, but other than that, I don't really know
everything. Cordon de I don't know what all they have over there.
Caramel and corn everywhere.
That's pretty much it. So what's the next one? The next spooky, scary one. Pirates of the Caribbean. Pirates of the Caribbean. I mean, the Pirates of the Caribbean. That's such a great one for Halloween. Not just the ride itself. The whole queue line that you're going through. I mean, you're going through a dungeon in an old Spanish armada kind of armada. That would be ships.
You pass them, I suppose.
I'm trying to think of the words like castle, but I can't. The word isn't coming to me. But
Spanish castle.
Yeah, Spanish fort. And they have the stonework and.
It's very orange. Orange is very Halloween color.
You have the prisoners in there and playing chess or checkers or whatever it is down in that one cell.
That's true. There is that one chess and checkers going on. It's checkers.
You see skeletons and. So it's all there. It fits right into the Halloween theme. What could be more Halloween, And you could come out when you come out of the ride. You come out into the gift shop, which is full of pirate stuff. What better for Halloween? You get your sword, your fake mustache, your bandanas, your parrot for your shoulder, everything right there.
Yep.
So yeah, it's great.